line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet. Not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Crank it up. Finger to the sky and a green light shining bright. The only thing I have in mind is the finish line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet. Not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the
Are the place where the toughest drivers will come to race from far and wide. But just who are we? We are the Pit Stall Racing Series.
With the ButtKicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. ButtKicker, the future is feeling.
Better place to get your personalized hats, shirts, koozies with a quick turnaround on shipping all over the U.S. than the Green Door General Store. Be sure to follow us on Facebook to place orders and get specials today from the Green Door General Store.
Redline Motorsports Media can help you fulfill all of your motorsports industry photography and videography needs. Contact Redline Motorsports Media, where everything we do is driven by you.
Looking for a new PC or an upgrade to your current one? Look no further than Ford Entertainment Group, your home for the best quality and value in new, pre-built, and custom PCs at the lowest price guaranteed. We have affordable PC solutions for any budget, with custom builds starting at $595. Even the pros turn to Ford Entertainment Group to get them up and running. With valued customers from all over the world, it's easy to see why Ford Entertainment Group is the most trusted brand in custom PCs.
I wanted to save my awesome subscribers the most money when they started their sim racing journey. Well, I started trying to look for the best deals. And I'm so proud that Jeffrey and I have partnered up so I can spread the good news about where to get the lowest price on a high quality computer.
Feel confident when buying from us with the FEG Satisfaction Guarantee. Get yourself on track today by visiting us online at fegpc.net.
When you need the best designs in your fleet of vehicles, there's only one brand name that many trust in. One that makes every car pop out from the rest of the field, and that is Lightning Wrapz. Be sure to check us out on Facebook at Lightning Wrapz. Get yourself a vehicle unlike the rest. Lightning Wrapz, the most affordable designs made at your leisure.
With the ButtKicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. ButtKicker, the future is feeling.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, raise the curtain up, and with only 2 races left in this season, this one will certainly be a test of patience and perseverance. Michigan International Speedway last season was where the big finish came. This time, it's the one that leads to the big one in Phoenix. Hi everyone, I am the Crusader Chris Shriver, joining you guys here today with Michael Bollinger on the call as well. And today, the Pit Stall Race Series 80 here at Michigan International Speedway is brought to you in part by our friends at the ButtKicker Company, at the Pit Stall Racing Series, Redline Motorsports Media, the Green Door General Store, Ford Entertainment Group CustomPC.com, Gainz Fitness Incorporated, Lightning Wrapz, and of course, Shriver Twisted Creations. A big thank you to all our sponsors and friends for helping us out. Well, Michael, we got ourselves a good one here. 16 hard racers ready to pull it out on the track, and Michigan International Speedway 2 miles length certainly will test these guys a bit.
Yes, it will. And it's also going to get pretty crazy with this race being the second to last race of the season right now, and with our points leader, Robert Warrens, hoping to keep his lead coming into tonight. But we also got to watch out for our second place and third place of Jeffrey Oaks and Dalton McKinney, as it's going to be a close race to the championship here, I think, with these next 2 races.
Well, we'll certainly have to see here as we get ready to start our grading order today. It is presented in part by our friends at Redline Motorsports Media. On the pole for this one, it will be Dalton McKinney, number 46. The outside in the 8, it is Jeffrey Radke.
In row number 2, in third place will be the 27 of Corey Reed, followed by the number 95 of Robert Warrens.
Row number 3 is going to be Jeffrey Vickery in the 51 on the outside, and the 5 is the throttle, Chantel Pottle.
Row number 4 will be the number 10 of Jason Henry and the number 20 of the Old Oak, Jeffrey Oaks.
Row 5 in the 98 is Sean Long, the outside, the big 00, Christopher Littrell.
Row number 6 will be the 84 of Matthew Hoffer and the 11 of Bobby Anderson.
Row number 7 is going to pilot Mike Wright on the 76, the outside, in the Rattlesnake, Robert Kahn, the 21.
Rounding out your field, it'll be in the back row of the field, it'll be the 90 of Dennis Warren and the 12 of Shane Ledoux, and that is going to be rounded out row number 8.
That is your field of drivers today here. Dennis Warren, Shane Ledoux right now are going to pull them out on the track here. Drivers
Okay,
ready.
come out on the... Go ahead.
I was just going to say, drivers getting ready to roll it out on the surface here, looking for a long road to success and a tough little wind. That will certainly put these guys up to their limits, and girls too, because of course, we know Chantel Pottle, she could do a pretty good bit of damage here on these 2 mile long ones, but I'd certainly say there's some names in here that haven't won this season coming so close that certainly would have to finally break that habit up.
Agreed. And with these drivers in 3 and 4, these fans are getting a smile on their face as they're standing up, waving these drivers on by. As these fans know it, we know it, these drivers are ready to go through the gears. With pace headed down to pit lane, we are getting ready to go racing. As we're in the pedal to the metal restart zone, we're underway at Michigan.
Bit of a hard drive right out of the gate there as everyone right now immediately tries to work their field in a little bit. McKinney immediately jumping up top side there to block Racky from his little run. Everyone else kind of piling in between there. Drivers certainly trying to save tires up as much as possible, but with that kind of 550 horsepower package, that draft is going to be more or less their saving grace than more just saving tires up here early on in this session.
I was going to say, it was a good launch by Racky, but not good enough to be able to jump in front of McKinney early.
Well, McKinney early on already, like having to ride up that high there from turn number 1 into 2. He had to know that he was going to have some company coming his way there as we're nearly 3 wide down in depth off of turn number 2 there. Pottle a little bit suavely there. She gets around Robert Warren's 95, but the 51 of Jeffrey Vickery right up in the mix there, trying to keep his straight level Midnight Motorsports machine out of trouble and out of problematic zones here, but he knows there could be a lot more going on down there if he can just focus in. Whoa, it looks like Oaks getting a little love tap there from little Corey Ray coming down through turn 4. Both drivers able to save it. They got a little bit wobbly though. That could have been a disaster.
But at least he was able to keep his car under control.
Got driver control, but at what cost? I mean, I know there's a competition caution they'll get, but man, that's a lot of time he lost just by simply just going that route, that kind of level. Going into pit road a certain angle in a certain area, it might help out for that long haul for these cases.
Right now we have the field spread out into different sections, right? Different little groups right now. At the front of the field, in a little group of 4, we have a little group of 2 behind them, a little group behind them as well.
Well, right now, the way McKinney, Radke, Pottle, and Vickery are kind of aiming towards here at the moment, they're both just kind of looking in at taking a little bit of a full square route and a bit of more of a drive off, watching for every angle and watching for any kind of consistency they can. But again, getting that much of a drive there, you really need to be patient in terms of where you kind of gear yourself down to the corner versus where you want to ride off from. Most drivers will be trying to be running more towards the middle as the time goes on here. Whereas those that want to build up more speed, they'll try to shoot the bottom and try to throw the big slide job at them whenever they can. But that is going to be a long route to be able to do, considering how much it takes just to get this truck to kind of dip down in there.
Right now, it looks like Chantel Pottle right now is trying to make a run on Dr. McKinney and Jeff Racky right now.
trying to make a run, but it doesn't look like she's got any power to kind of make a move off just yet. Maybe just try to be patient and let these boys kind of run their race and she'll run her own. Kind of being back behind them, though, I guarantee you there's got to be a little bit of an annoyance just thinking how close they are to just being kind of clipped up or taking one little hit. They break the slightest bit wrong. Meanwhile, trying to in the back of the pack there, Robert Kahn serving as EOL from the previous weeks there. And, of course, I guess might as well throw in last week since he had that one coming. But he throws everything right on the old Oak, Jeff Oaks. As he moves into the 6th spot now, trying to charge up quicker. That's Bottle now even. She's trying to make a pass, but Vickery kind of defending the line, not letting anything go through.
And right now, the gap between Dalton McKinney and Corey Reed right now was about I would say a little over 2 seconds.
Kahn, though, now going to the back of the 5 here and giving a little pump draft here. That could be a little bit enough to kind of start pushing the field forward here. If you can start drafting harder into those straightaways here, you can actually get a lot more going into the turns. But the problem is, with Michigan, the track widens out so much in that progressive end of the turn, it actually forces drivers to have to kind of either evasive action to get on the throttle, or they got to kind of be very, very smooth and consistent, but don't overturn it to where it'll end up into the outside wall protection. That's the hardest part about kind of running this line here.
Looks like we got a little bit of a push going between Kahn and Chantel Pottle right now. Looks like we have another person join that party on the low line as well now. Trying to make a push.
Well, the old Oak folks certainly knows success when he sees it. He sees an opportunity to use this to his advantage. Kahn loves to kind of push the driver forward and knows how to push the 5 with the best of them. Years of drafting and experience from the NASCAR Heat days to the literal iRacing days as well, from those Daytona to Talladega to even iRacing Super Speedway packages. And Adke trying to work right now with McKinney, but that's not working the same way those two are. And Oaks is starting to take notice as well. Even now Jason Henry on the bottom. They're trying to get the bottom lane to shoot up, and the outside line could be in trouble here.
They could be in trouble as we have Robert Kahn now, it looks like, is trying to get some air into his radiator again, in his radiator so he doesn't blow before he tries to get locked back up with Chantel Pottle again and try to push her again in the turn.
I can't even imagine how many times that 21's blown his motor, more times than I've blown my motor just from anything, let alone his drafting habits. He certainly can draft with the best of them and get where he wants, but he certainly does have a problem when it comes to trying to take care of his own equipment, which I'll say, as much as he can be excessive there, at least he doesn't completely take everything for granted. He does at least try to work whatever he can to work into the system without taking someone else out, but this case here, what it did, it helped get the 5 back into a spot that she can work with, and now he's going to have to try to catch back up there with her. She's got the lead, but for how long? Because McKinney certainly will not be trying to play it easy on them for doing that.
Well, McKinney does have to watch out for Kahn as well, because I don't think Kahn's going to let McKinney pass Chantel either.
Well, maybe not so. Kahn's already going the bottom leg. They're 3 wide down on the front straightaway, and it looks like Oaks working together here. Looking to try to use that draft again, use it to her advantage. And McKinney's forced up high side. That could be trouble. Kahn and Pottle dead set there off the turn number 2. Side by side, almost taking each other for a bit of a ride. Nice move there by the 46 McKinney to back out when he didn't still keep his speed up. And Kahn for being able to at least hold control while the 5 got her clearance there to get back to the wall.
It looks like Kahn did a little bit of a side draft on Dalton McKinney as well to try to get up into the lead. It looks like we are close to 3 wide, but we are not going to be 3 wide coming to the start finish line yet again.
Well, right down the way, it's been pretty much kind of holding out on everybody. I think they're the biggest problem these drivers are kind of dealing with is just that overwhelming speed and control. And McKinney now, yeah, he jumped to the bottom as well, kind of forcing the 5 to have to make an evasive action. And Oaks right in the mix too. So Kahn, your new leader. And Kahn has no qualms about getting up ahead of everybody and just taking control of the race. He does not care anymore. He's got nothing to lose and has only got a couple wins to his name. He's going to try to change that. A little bit up there, a little bit between there. I think that's the 5 of Pottle. Yeah, that was. Lost a little bit down in turn number 4. Not sure what happened to the 5, but boy, she make a good save there.
Good save. Good save. The only thing that's damage to the tires, but that can be fixed easily on the pit side, on the pit stop. Just baby him until it comes to the pit cycle.
Presented by Lightning Wrapz, here is the full replay. Yeah, that was all bottle there. She actually overdrove it, but credit for credits too. She didn't fear, she didn't scare. She just got back in the throttle and said, all right, we'll hang on to her.
At least she only lost a few spots and was only able to damage the tires instead of the whole truck.
I mean, rather than anything, just damaging the tires certainly would be a lot better than just damaging that truck. A track like this, airflow is so incredibly important here.
Indeed it is. As if Khan made contact with the wall, but he saves it.
Contact with the wall there, and now Oaks literally bumping it right onto the bottom lane, looking for the pass off here. He'll shoot down to the gap. Khan giving up to the old Oak, and Khan, he's starting to wobble. I see the 21 swiveling down there. The old Oak has now struck and put him in his shadow. Oaks, your new leader. This is pretty interesting here for this first part of the race, and that competition caution rolls in quickly.
And you Shane Ledoux hitting the pits with a little bit of damage on his driver's side door and his right rear quarter panel as well.
That'll send him into pit road here, hopefully trying to get that fixed up. Khan way wide there off of turn number 2, able to stretch it back down a little bit. Bobby Anderson right in the hicks of things. He started 12th position, he's moved up to 4th. Khan moved up 12 positions, he started 14th. These guys definitely putting on a bit of a performance here and trying to showcase what they can do.
I know Chris Little running by himself at 2.54 seconds behind the rest of the field right now.
Racky just put himself into pit road there as well, so now he's kind of starting to see the fuel mileage run here. Shane Ledoux, I believe, did see that as well. Remember, they only get once to repair, so obviously their damage they suffered there, I don't think it's really going to help him out very much. Running it right back down around though, McKinney, cross, applesaucing and Bottle right on the same boat. Anderson watching out for that 46 because here comes a big slider and get indication here.
And right now we have our current points leader, Robert Warren's running 7th place right now, and he is currently almost 0.9 seconds back on the leader right now. Let's see if he can make a charge for the lead and get a win too. Feel like he's not here, that he's here to go steal a championship.
Steal a championship, steal a few race series wins, and do whatever you can here. Other than that, you really just got to kind of park yourself in a good spot and hope for the best. There's not a whole lot you can do in terms of staying out of trouble until you really mount up the race bracket. You mount into the race side. And McKinney now once more looking to jump it ahead of the 5. And the throttle sent out Bottle right now watching his victory and McKinney go at it. But they're all heading down for pit road. And one climactic sequence of a pit stop as Dennis Warrens will stay out. Everybody, and I mean everybody except for now Mike Rideout, heading to pit road.
Well, that's good for Mike Rideout at least. At least he's able to get some ground back.
Dennis Warrens actually was already already in pit road as well. I didn't even realize that. Actually, no, he did go to pit road. I think he might have had a little trouble there down in turn number 2 there for a minute. Looks like he's going to have to go this time. Mike Rideout, I think, will have to go as well, knowing now that these guys are going to go out quickly. The old Oak beats everyone out of pit road. Anderson going to try to hunt him back down. About a 1.5 seconds difference of a gap maker there.
Hunt him down, and hopefully we have a good battle for the lead here with everyone on fresh tires.
Well, I don't think they took the tires. I think they just took the fuel there, the way it's looking. How quick they were in and out of there. I wouldn't blame them, honestly. Don't worry about taking tires right now. Worry about your fuel habits. And it looks like, yeah, that was the case. All fuel for everybody there on pit road. Just to kind of get this one finished up a bit. Jeffrey Racky has caught the old Oak here, though.
Catch the old Oak. And hold him off. Because if Jeffrey Oaks could get a win today, that could probably do a lot in the point standing with Robert Warren just ahead of Jeffrey Oaks by 6, 7 points right now, maybe even 5 points as we look at as the current standings sit.
And I think I'd add Jeff Oaks, honestly, in the listing category of greatest drivers that have never won a season championship ever in his career. He's come close multiple times, finishing second place out, beat me out a few times there in some races. I just can't believe, though, he hasn't been able to finally put it together and finally get one season to go his way. Could that season be determined after this one in Phoenix? Only one way we'll find out, but there is one little hiccup in there, and that is if Robert Warrens finishes at least in a decent spot for the next couple races, well, let's just say he's going to best be counting his prize needs and counting up everything else he wants with it, because he's not going to be letting off anymore from here on out. Oaks is going to need all the bonus points he can get, and he's going to need to hope Robert Warrens doesn't get any of them and ends up costing himself. That's pretty much going to be where this power in the championship lies at.
Only time will tell.
Oaks getting a good drive there from turn number 1, but he didn't get a good drive off turn 2, and then Racky just sending it straight up and then back in around. And Racky right now trying to swivel off the 20 by simply get him out of his draft, throw the dirty airflow at him, and hope that he'll find a way to get trapped in there somewhere else. John Long, Robert Kahn, and right now Matthew Hoffert up in that bracket there. Chantal Pottle, you may see in the middle, she's a lap down, had a problem in pit road. It put her a lap down. Now she's going to need that pit. She's going to need a lot of help from that stage caution there to get her back into this mix.
That stage caution should help her out a lot anyway. But anything can still happen. This is a long race.
Well, you get one lucky dog, and then you get one that is under the lucky dog to get the lap back. So, anybody else in that mix? No go. And Vickery right now looked like he had a problem down at pit road. Not sure what went wrong there, but looks like he had sort of a penalty in the 51. Now he's going to find himself trapped between a rock and a hard place.
Well, I gotta say, this season so far has been interesting. Right now with it.
Good.
Good. I was just gonna say right now how it's standing. We have Bobby Anderson right now trying also to make a run, but our points here to Robert Warrens is just behind, running in fourth right now, hoping to grab some, work his way back up after the first pit cycle.
Yeah.
None of these drivers to be counted out from this race when yet.
Yeah, sometimes I kind of just look at the races as it is and just kind of let them figure out the points from there. Because, I mean, these races sometimes, they really are what make this so much more interesting and so much more intriguing to see who gets where and who gets what and who's able to take down the other. There's never a dull moment when you get on with the Pedal Metal Racing League crew from when we first started versus when we came back to it. But I think, honestly, the biggest thing I've seen really since we got here to season 10 was the changes and just everything that came with it, the overall whelming story of gratitude and success these guys got on the table, and everyone that put on the track here, they really did everything they needed to get the season buckled down, and now the last bit of the season certainly showing itself here.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. And right now we have the 51 of Vickery just passing Racky yet again, as Racky's fighting to continue to stay on the lead lap here.
Vickery right now currently needing to get that lap back, otherwise he's going to have a lot longer haul to deal with. And right at the moment, looks like lap 30 will be our stage break, so Racky got a little bit looser in turn number 3 and 4, realizing that Oaks coming up pretty quick behind him here, starting to take a little bit better shape. And again, even though it's a 550 horsepower truck, you can see the rear end still kicks out quite a bit as it swivels off the corner. Again, it's a little bit more of a worn, tore out surface, and that in itself makes the racing a lot harder kind of work around and have to put yourself in before you get plagiarized by your own mistakes.
Yeah, well, most of these tracks, like Vegas, you can mainly keep your foot flat on the, you keep your pedal to the metal until you feel you start sliding in the turn, and that's your key hand. You just start lifting in these turns.
I mean, lifting the turns is one thing, but really the fact is like you gotta think about all that right pressure and the power that you put on those tires, the wear and tear, the Goodyear, and again, just trying to maintain a good distance between you, yourself, and other drivers while still trying to focus on the track. That's one thing I really always felt like was the toughest thing about racing on these ovals, as they're so quick and frenetic, but as much as they are mentally grueling and just unexplicitly untainted, they are tough to figure out, they're tough to get around, but man, they can do you quite a bit.
Yes, they can. So that's what's fun about ovals. You don't know what you're going to see.
Well, we certainly know what we are seeing right now, which is basically just anybody looking to try to take a shot in the dark, anybody looking to try to number out the best of the best here, trying to take what they can get. That, to me, is quite the showing here, these guys.
Quite the showing, but still going to be fun right now. We have Vickery still fighting to keep racking his rearview mirror.
Right about now, I think Racky, like I said, I don't think he's worried about Vickery. I think his biggest problem is just worried about that big oak back there. Racky, if I had to guess, probably wants to try to use Vickery's dirty air to kind of keep both of them at bay here. But the problem is now they're giving plenty of room up for Bobby Anderson to kind of intervene here. You would have thought the way he's driving up there, he thought he's on all new tires there, but no, he's still on the old tires that he came out with. And it's just locking up the draft and locking up position as Oaks now looking to finally throw a haymaker up there. He's going to shoot for the gap on the bottom. This is going to be a good side-by-side battle here. Three trucks looking to get to it. Oaks looking to the line, looking to finish it on a high note, but he's going to just get barely edged out by Radke to the line.
And we have hit our stage break here at Michigan. For the Pit Stall Racing Series 80.
Competition caution out there for the drivers now, and right at this moment, Radke played his cards right. There's just one problem. The old oak is looking for some sweet, sweet redemption. But Robert Warren's just looking to put this race and this championship to bed. What will he do, and what will the others have to do to try to take this to the next limit? When we come back, we'll find out live here on BTM Racing TV.
Pell Racing League Season 10 has been brought to you in part by our friends at the ButtKicker Company. Best in performance for feeling real tracks in the virtual world, the ButtKicker. Feel what you've been missing. By the Pit Stall Racing Series. With exciting action Monday and Thursday nights, this community is the best place to get your sim racing fix. By Redline Motorsports Media, everything we do is driven by you. By the Green Door General Store, there's no better place to get your custom Richardson hats, personalized shirts, koozies, and more with a quick turnaround time shipping all over the U.S. than the Green Door General Store. Visit us up on Facebook for specials and to place orders today. By FEGCustomPC.com. High quality PCs at such an affordable price. FEGCustomPC.com is the perfect site to get you the best PC at the right price. By Gainz Fitness Inc. By Lightning Wrapz, the most affordable designs made at your leisure. Lightning Wrapz is looking to bring you the best designs in your library. By Shriver Twisted Creations, twisted mind, sweet design.
We are the place where the toughest drivers will come to race from far and wide. But just who are we? We are the Pit Stall Racing Series.
Redline Motorsports Media can help you fulfill all of your motorsports industry photography and videography needs. Contact Redline Motorsports Media, where everything we do is driven by you.
Looking for a new PC or an upgrade to your current one? Look no further than Ford Entertainment Group, your home for the best quality and value in new, pre-built, and custom PCs at the lowest price guaranteed. We have affordable PC solutions for any budget, with custom builds starting at $595. Even the pros turn to Ford Entertainment Group to get them up and running. With valued customers from all over the world, it's easy to see why Ford Entertainment Group is the most trusted brand in custom PCs.
I wanted to save my awesome subscribers the most money when they started their sim racing journey, while I started trying over the best deals. And I'm so proud that Jeffrey and I have partnered up so I can spread the good news about where to get the lowest price on a high quality computer.
Feel confident when buying from us with the FEG Satisfaction Guarantee. Get yourself on track today by visiting us online at fegpc.net.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here onto the show here as drivers now prepare up for this next restart here. It's certainly a wild one there from the competition cost standpoint. Everyone taking their time and taking their tires, while others took the fuel and run for what they can get out of it.
Indeed, indeed. And it's still getting wild. This race still is going to be wild. As you have a lot of racing left here tonight.
Rolling down
we're
here.
back. I was saying we're back underway here in the Pit Stall Racing Series 80 at Michigan. I gotta say, Christian, it's been a pretty good first run. What do you want to say?
I'd certainly say it was pretty good out of the gate here. It certainly put up the drivers to their best communication they can, but at the same time, I think what really kind of describes the toughest part of this race now is just whether or not can they mimic what they did in the first go and stay out of trouble for the long haul, because again, it's easier said than done to do, and it can certainly give them a lot of troubles.
Indeed it can. But hey, that's why it's racing, right? Because you
That
just
is true. That is true.
because there's the one thing in racing, rubbing is racing, treading paint's racing. To a certain extent.
I think the biggest problem though right now though, I think a lot of the guys are now starting to figure this up here as well. They honestly may have came out swinging a little too soon with some of their strategy like Radke and Oaks did. So now what they did is they kind of showed their cards, if you will, and showed everyone else their hand and what they could possibly do with it. So that means basically from here on out, you got to really kind of test your waters, test your strengths, and hope that you don't end up on the receiving end or into trouble than you really need to be in.
Indeed, indeed.
Rolling right out for turn number 4 though. Right now Dan Swarns here working together at the Wrapz like Robert Kahn, drafting up a pack and looking to use McKinney and Robert as Warrens back there, with the rest of the field like Hoffert, Sean Long, Jason Henry, kind of in a bit of a loop here, a bit of a knot, if you will. Just trying to kind of gap up and trying to find that one extra bit of speed with saving the tire in. I Been very impressed so far, though, with how smooth everybody's been when something really bad looked like it was about to happen or transition really kind of hurt the trucks a bit. They've been pretty conservative, trying to make that gigantic move or that one Hail Mary or Hail Melon, whatever you kind of attempt there around this kind of part of track. But now, Bobby Anderson and Jeff Oakes about to go to battle. 213simware.com, Son of a Digger versus the Napa Auto Parts, number 20, Jeff Oakes.
Indeed. Right now we have Jeff Oakes, the old Oak, trying to hold off Bobby Anderson right now, as Anderson makes contact with the wall, but he saves it.
Scattered a few drivers around, though. You see McKinney just completely losing his grip and losing his cool there for a second. Racky doing much of the same, while Khan just trying to kind of intertwine himself, kind of roll through the track and not let that little hiccup kind of cost him anything. Anderson able to stick with Oakes, though. He's going to need that draft line to work up a bit. He's going to need Oakes to keep burning up the tires. Looking at the pit strategy, too, right now, here presented in part by our friends at Shriver Tristan Creations. We saw these guys go into pit road with 17 laps in. Some going only 16, some going 18. So it's going to be really, in my opinion, kind of a testament to what exactly do they think the truck is going to be able to conquer with, and where exactly do they think they can work around with, because I think every second's going to count. And Anderson, well aware of it, makes his move, makes his mark, the old Oak, surrendering the lead. But he's trying not to let that happen too quickly, but he can't quite. Well, he's going to try to force it anyway. He went right up there, and Anderson, he wanted to go to the very top end of the track, but he got leveled out instead as the rattlesnake goes right onto the bottom lane now. He's got a 4-truck battle for the lead.
Got 4-truck battle for the lead. It's going to be fun. See how everything plays out here.
Everything plays out from here, and then things just get a little bit more crazier by the minute. Khan rolling up a little bit on the 20 there, but stays out of the mix-up, stays out of the mess. McKinney on the tight side, Anderson right on the low end of the track. Looking to park its way down in between. No room for error here. It's all about timing and execution as we are halfway done with this race.
Being halfway done indeed, which means we're also only a few miles left, only closer, 2 miles left in the season as well on these trucks before they can get their long 2-week break.
Couple 2 to 3 weeks off. I get a little vacation time in, but at the same time I will not be leaving the broadcast booth. Just different little scenario I'll have to work around. You guys know what I did last year, so we'll be doing that again as we go 3 wide there from turn 1. These guys seem to not mind doing that over and over again. I'll say that as well. But yeah, for the record, folks, it will be a bit of a quiet period for Pedal in the Metal for 2 to 3 weeks. Then they'll come back, and we'll see what happens from there.
Indeed, we will. It's gonna be a fun shootout, like it is every year.
Strolling around right out on the bottom lane there, Chantel Throttle Pottle and Jeffrey Racky right now. They are back into the mix here, so now we've got a 6-truck battle for the race lead, if you will. Depending on what happens between McKinney and Oakes here, as Pottle giving the old McKinney a little back tap there. And I don't think McKinney forgot about last season with Racky behind him. Those two were close to the championship points. Racky, Babb, and McKinney all had a say in it. McKinney would end up getting a little tag there from the 8. Unfortunately in that race, and get himself into a whole lot of problems. McKinney then would go on to then have even more issues kind of plague him that day. Racky to go head-to-head with Babb, and could be best described as one of the closest championship races in quite some time, but it would be Racky just by mere time and a half, holding off and getting his very first championship in the Pedal Motor Racing League. But this season, been a completely different statement, a different story. He's been struggling. He's been kind of fighting himself as well as the track, as well as other drivers, and really hasn't been able to put 2 and 2 together.
But Jeff Racky still has a chance. Because if he does good today and or wins here, this could help boost him up in the point standings, get him close into the race.
How many points is he out and all that?
Right now, from what I'm seeing, it looks like he's at 178 right now, and our leader's at 191.
Well, I'm not going to try to be that guy, but for Racky to get the championship, he would need Robert Warrens to miserably mess up in this race, fall back further beyond the points. If we need to win it, then we need to get the bonus point for fastest lap, and hope that Robert Warrens then get the slowest lap bonus point. And then from there, it would be basically Racky would need every little bit of extra help in the championship race to do Robert Warrens. I'm not trying to be critical or harmful at him, but I'm just being real with Robert Warrens and Racky down there. That's the only way, with the points-wise, the way they got it formatted, to be able to do it. Oh, and speaking of formatting a little bit, the old Oak kind of formatting that right front into the left rear of Conference in second, almost taking him and McKinney out, but both drivers able to keep the cool.
Keep it cool, keep it green. It's getting interesting as you see drivers having their tires start spraying. You can tell by how they're trying to get in. They're struggling sometimes to keep their car loose and going up in the wall.
I don't think it's a matter of getting the truck loose. I think it's more or less the fact that it's just getting tighter and tighter, and it's getting harder to kind of take down into position.
Right now we have a 4-car battle right now between Bobby Anderson, Kahn, McKinney, and the old Oak. But yeah, Chantel Pottle and Bobby Anderson, Dennis Swarns and Jason Henry wanting to join the party now too.
I'm not surprised Pottle's able to kind of stick with these guys after a little bit. Kahn though, oh boy, that is a slide job if I ever saw one, or at least he was trying to put her up to the 11. He didn't quite get it all the way in there, so now he got himself into a bit of a mix-up and throwing Anderson for a loop. McKinney looking to capitalize. They'll go straight to the bottom. Anderson's going to get the shaft on this one. He's going to try to find a way to duke them out and try to keep them low. But that means he's going to have to try to drive it a little bit smoother on the exit of the outside. Somehow, some way he does, but he does force Kahn into having to drive a little bit closer to him, which could get him a little bit less airflow around the truck. That side airflow could be getting a little bit dirty for him, and he could be losing ground here.
I'm surprised they were able to hold that pretty much almost 3 wide throughout turns 1 and 2 here. Right now we have Robert Kahn right now falling back just a little bit. He's still able to keep up with Bobby Anderson right now, but with Jeff Oaks and Robert Warren right behind him, it's going to be interesting to see what Robert Kahn's going to be able to do.
Speaking of the Warrens guys right now, Dennis Warrens and Robert Warrens here. They are currently 4th and 6th right now. Dennis here on board camera, as you can see, he's kind of shooting around a little bit, kind of toying with the idea of possibly making a run for it here as well in this race, because really he's out of the championship hunt, but he can still have a little bit of fun to get in the top 5 points and trying to have a little bit of a go at it. But I will say this too, man. He will not hesitate to try to go for a race win once in a while. He has been known to put the pedal into that metal and put the speed into the ground if it means possibly taking control there.
We had a whole lot of cars coming to pit lane. At first glance, I thought it was a team coming at the same time, but with it being Kahn, I knew those people were not a team with Kahn coming in with them.
Rolling them out. Anderson beats him out to pit road. Kahn, Warren, Robert Warren, Chantel Bottle, Jeff Oaks, Dennis Warrens, and all them in that hit. But it looks like Radke gonna try his strategy, try his hand, trying to hurry up to the front before it's too late. He's going to go full send on the outside, and he's going to get at least enough to make the pass. But again, Anderson and them, they've got a one-up on him just by the fact they've got about 5 extra laps less on tires. And they have also a drafting pack, so that means one wrong move, Radke could be in trouble.
That's the good part about pitting with the manufacturer group, too, at tracks like this. You're able to get a good draft pack put together. But right now we have Robert. But right now it's Anderson, Kahn, and Robert Warren right now, all trying to work together to pass Jeff Radke. But Radke right now is trying to put up on a strategy to try to get as far as he can. That way, if a caution comes out, he could go in and not lose much ground. Have a fresher set of tires than everyone else.
About a 7/10 gap there between Radke and Anderson, with the rest of the pack kind of sticking in between. Everyone else kind of drafted off and kind of left a little bit high and dry. So at this point now, they're just kind of hoping for any kind of breaks or any kind of luck to get Jeff Oakes. Looks like he's trying to play a different strategy there with Dennis Warrens. As right now, Radke has to have to face up against a guy that last season got kind of taken for a bit of a loop, bit of a drive here. We'll see what goes to those two minds there. But Bobby Anderson, former champion, at one point defiled the rattlesnake by simply just winning one race, but was more consistent overall in the season. I know how that is. I did that actually in my one and only iRacing season championship. Certainly does you some good there. And speaking of doing you good, Radke putting the tires to use, and now he is going to be working around McKinney, because McKinney just sped up the loud pedal, put it down to the pedal into the middle, and now he's got the race lead, and it looked like he didn't even bother waiting around to see what old Radke would do.
That's not going to be good for Radke, knowing that it's going to come close on fuel run for him. And it's been, how many laps has Radke pitted last?
Well, on lap 45, so about 9 laps on that one. Right now, Anderson caught. Robert Ward's pushing hard here.
And right now, Radke is only down by 0.72 seconds right now, but that seems to be okay. While Bobby Anderson, Robert Kahn, and Robert Warrens are almost a full second to a second and a half back.
.25 laps now left to go here for the Pitstall Racing Series 80 here. Although caution's out on the track. Got a problem down there. Shane Ledoux has come to a dead stop on the back straightaway. Something wrong for the number 12. Caution out on
I bet this is what Robert Kahn... No, I bet this is what Jeff Radke wanted, where he can pit, not be able to lose much ground.
Self-spin on Ledoux there. Lost it completely in the turn, then just bashing the rear end out completely, and then next thing he knows, everything else is completely going haywire there.
Well, the good part is at least he was all by himself when that wreck happened, instead of there being cars with him, because that could have been a huge mess if there was a few more cars with him, I think.
Oh, it certainly would have. It'd have been a lot more tricky to have to kind of figure out where exactly these guys would have been able to move around from that one in this case.
Because he went down, shot back up, so yeah, there'd have been no way to avoid that, almost. I'd be like trying to find a needle in a haystack, and guess when he's not gonna go.
I mean, I found a few diamonds in the rough before, but I mean, that's definitely a bit of a different story. But hey, at the end of the day, if you get it figured all out, you
may be able to get a little bit more speed and get more ground down there, and that certainly will help.
Indeed it will. Right now on this restart, at the moment, it's McKinney. It's McKinney, Robert Warrens, Jason Henry, Dennis Warrens, and Jeff Frackey rounding out your top 5.
So right now, coming off from our only caution of the day here, the field now going to get squared back up onto the track. And we'll see if Dalton McKinney can keep that race lead locked in. If Robert Warrens wins this race, though, at this point, the championship will pretty much be all but his, barring any disasters. But he still knows he cannot let up and let down anything here. He needs to be focused and agile in terms of scope and turns of the drive here, and watch what he's doing.
Indeed, indeed. And the race officials have delayed the green so we can make sure we get everyone set and ready to go.
Roll him down off the turn number 3 to turn number 4, ladies and gentlemen. Dalton McKinney going to be our leader here. Robert Warren's looking on as well. These field of drivers here know what is at stake and what is on the line. They're going to have to be very keen and instinctual on how they handle it from here. One wrong move, one wrong dash, and you've got yourself in a complete mess you do not want to find yourself in. Down to the Pit Stall Race Series restart zone. Fire him up again. Green flag back on out. Let's see where this one goes from here.
As we go back to the gears. Right now we have our points to Robert Warren trying to make a run for the lead, where that way he can try to get another win on the season. Get up to 3 wins on the season right now, as he does take the lead.
Jason Henry, though, right behind in that mix here, and Henry has had some good showings this season. He would love nothing more than to finally end this season on a really high note. Dennis Warren's much the same, got a win and late model stock cars at Martinsville with the Pit Stall Racing Series on the Monday night edition. The Pit Stall Monday night series, they called it. Whoa, and Henry, a little bit loose there from turn 1. Everyone scattering in between. Holds on, nice job.
I was to say, are we gonna be going 5 right through turn 1 and 2?
You can do pretty much whatever you want as long as you don't end up causing the caution and get yourself into trouble. That's the biggest thing around here.
Right now, looks like we got the Warrens boys running 1-2 right now.
Oak's kind of trapped in the pack there. He's got to really lap up in the gap and looking to try to stabilize himself down a bit.
We also have Robert Kahn also now battling for second right now, with Dennis Warren right now.
Coming up. Oh no, oh no.
Oh no.
Hang on. Oh, caught right into the wall right off of turn number 3 and a big little clip up. Dennis Warren catches him completely off guard, and all of a sudden that one gets sent to the shadow realm.
Now, as I saw it happening, it looks like Khan almost got loose and tried to overcorrect it. Clipped Dennis Warrens and took himself around, but we'll need to take another look at that again to see what really happened.
Well, this is going to be a little bit of a workaround here because the original hit was right where Dennis Warren's caught him. Sorry for the screw up there on the camera footage there, guys. There we go. I think we got it. Let's see where this started here. So this one's, there's a couple things that happened. So obviously the caution actually didn't come out for Dennis Warrens and Khan, to my knowledge. I think it came out for something with Henry and them dealt with there. Looking at though right now, I mean, it looks like Khan did come down. Yeah, that one. Alright, so the first part is on Khan. And then from there, yeah, so the first one's on Khan. But then we need to see with that 5 back there what exactly happened afterwards. Because there was something that happened in the middle that started the caution. So Khan came up. It looks like, to me anyway, that once Khan came down and started the chain reaction after he came into Dennis Warren's. Yeah, right there, you can see where the Khan came down. That slowed everybody up. Pyle had nowhere to go. Vickery gets hit. And then all of a sudden Hofford gets kind of trapped in that mix as well.
That is a lot to take in there for race control.
Yeah, it is. What's up in the booth too? This is one of those replays that takes a minute for us to diagnose. Now this is going to be interesting to see how people do fuel strategy, if they pit one more time to make sure they go enough to the end, or if they try to go till the end now.
So the way the review is going to be done there, they're going to judge it as Khan going down, starting the chain reaction on Dennis Warrens, and then that's when Vickery got kind of trapped from what McKinney was trying to avoid, and then everything else from there just went haywire. But now, we know there's enough fuel under the tanks. The question I have is, do they have enough tire left to survive the rest? Back to that restart zone, the Pit Stall Racing Series currently now moving their way up with the Battle of the Metal Racing League's Pit Stall 80. This is now do or die moments here for these drivers. No one left out of this one.
No one left out as it's gonna come down to the wire, as most of these races all season have. But right now we have Robert Warrens still holding on to his lead right now, but we can't count out Jeff Frankie or Jeff Oakes just yet. We're also on the top 4 in points right now as well, all battling it out here as we are on lap 68 out of 80. The person up front that's not in the mix of top 4 in points right now is Dalton McKinney right now.
Well, I don't think it really matters to him much. Well, win's a win one way or another. I don't blame him either. Jeff Oakes, so the old Oak, needs to get this win today if he wants any chance to possibly get himself a title he's long so desired and wanted to finally get to. Robert Warrens is getting a lot of help from the aid of Radke right now, though, trying to get him centered in, and Oakes looking to try to side draft off both of them, forcing them both in a hard racing deal.
Hard racing deal indeed. As right now we have Jeff Oak trying to make a statement on Robert Warrens right now, as we have a little bit of contact on back straight. But they keep it safe.
Contact all around there in the middle and the top side there. Oakes going down low, going for the haymaker. Warren's watching him, trying not to let it happen. And Oakes looks like he'll go to the bottom. He doesn't want the draft from the Robert Warrens to come into play. He wants Radke to help him out. Put Warrens behind him a little bit further, gives him somewhat of a chance. And the old Oak now got the lead yet again, trying to finally end a season full of mischief and misery in his mind. He's had so many close calls, so much good racing moments, and just came out one spot short, one race short, anything really. He just finally wants to get it done today.
Let's get it done. Try to fight him off. as Robert Warren has fell back. As Robert Warren fell back 3 positions, and your new leaders, Jeffrey Oates.
Racky Anderson right now putting Robert Warrens in a bit of a pickle here, having to figure out whether or not he's going to have to shoot the middle or he's going to have to go extremely down to the bottom lane there. Khan moving back into the mix, back into the field here with Pottle. Oh no, hang on, no! Oh, are you kidding me?
Hey, at least iRacing's still in their cautions again.
Yeah, I'll give them that, but that was definitely a wild little situation, unfortunately. We'll take a look at the replay. Well, from my perspective there, Pottle trying to back off right out was pretty much dead centered on that hit. We'll see, though, if there was enough time between. Yeah, to be right out, he had time there to back off. Yeah, that to me looked like from that angle there, he looked like he had a little bit of time to get out of the throttle. If you hear the throttle rhythm and you hear the speed he took, he had time to go to the bottom or he had time to just back completely out of it. Pottle had it saved. Right out just kind of clipped up right in there, so I think the officials are going to judge that one on right out, so. Terrible breakdown, lap 71. Now this is really going to start to turn into an absolute shootout, and all it takes is just one driver decide, well, I don't want to wait it out anymore. I'm just going to go for a broke and throw it down there.
I'm telling you, this race has been interesting, and at least we've seen more green flag action than last week.
Hard racing action, a lot of hard racing battles, and this time for sure we do know those green-white checkers are up and working, so that at least means we'll be able to see what goes down if they decide to put that loud pedal and that pedal down in the metal once more. This could get very crazy here.
Yes, it could. Because normally when you think racing, you think the last few laps are where all the action is going to happen, is where most of the cautions are going to happen. Right now it's Oaks, Anderson, Racky, Warrens, rounding out your top 5. The lights off on the pace car. Fans are ready to see this race conclude. Because they're back on their feet and ready to send them to the restart zone yet again.
Every gap, every mileage, every run, man, this is what it's going to take home the victory. This is what it's going to take to try to survive out in this kind of landscape, this kind of pressure. Nobody is safe from the mistakes here. They are going to have to watch this restart with 6 laps to go. Nothing is off the table.
Nothing off the table. It's time to show where your teammates are now, because we are back underway here in Michigan. Let's send it back to the gears yet again.
Six laps to victory here. Somebody. Oh,
no!
Robert Ward just completely got slapped back there in the 95 with massive troubles there. No caution yet. Two trucks were not involved. There could be two trucks in a minute though. They're three wide shooting it. Right, Reed. Right in the mix with Khan, as well as Long up there on the top side. Both guys trying to stay out of trouble. I don't know what exactly happened to Robert Wards, but man, he got completely dicked out on that one. May have missed a shift or something went wrong, but nevertheless, this race might just give him a lot worse things to worry about, because now Oaks, if he wins it, he's got a chance going to the championship to possibly take home the crown. But he needs to win, and he needs bonus points to try to make it a little bit easier to get to it. Oaks trying to keep us cool here. Radke, oh, look out. Backing down a little bit. McKinney trying to straighten him up, looking to get him squared off there. It does indeed, but it slowed them both down. Now Vickery, after being multiple laps down for a while, he's finally back on the lead lap. Now in the mix in the middle, trying to charge it up a little. Oaks staying with Anderson. He's going to side draft him to an oblivion here if it means trying to hang on. But the Rattlesnake, after all the punishment he's dealt with, he is one ticked off snake, and he won't hesitate at this point.
I was just about to mention that too. You took the words right out of my mouth. But we are three wide down the backstretch behind Khan.
Robert Warrens down low. That could be problemsome. He's trying to stay out of the way. I don't know where he's going there. I think he's at this point just trying to get out of it. We're a little trouble down the bottom half of turn number 4. A good save there, but that was Dennis Warrens almost getting shifted out, and he almost got thrown for a whole loop there. These guys are trying to hang on.
Everyone's jumping position right now. Now we just need a little bit more action to happen, because I kind of wanting to see some more racing action. I don't know about you, but I'm wanting to see more action.
They already are giving you more action. You just got to open your eyes and see what they're bringing to the table, because now here comes the Rattlesnake down the bottom, shooting the gap off on the Oaks. The old Oak and Khan once again back at it. Both on lap 64 tires, trying to stabilize up just a little longer. Oaks needs to hurry though. He's running out of time with 2 to go.
And we have Khan taking the lead. With the push by Bobby Anderson.
The big push by Anderson. Oaks right now doesn't want to be there. He doesn't want to be in that spot. He's kind of trapped. If he doesn't get out of it, he's going to have to find a move here. Either push Khan as much as he can, hope he'll draft off him, and hope the truck can stay in just long enough. But Cokes might have pushed Khan a little too hard. He gave him a lot of run there. We're going to run him down to the green flag. We're going white flag in this time from 2 to 1 to go. Presented by the Pitstar Racing Series. Last minute push by McKinney. And now 3 wide off. Vickery trapping Oaks. Anderson trying to hang in there. Khan is literally right on the nose. Oaks trying to get one more run down that back straightaway. He's going to look for the draft zone. Going to send it down one more time. He'll have to go for the haymaker in 3. Going for it all. Got him down there. Can he just get Khan enough in the exit? It's going to be close. Khan trying to get to the bottom. Shoot him down. Khan is going to defile Oaks again. The Rattlesnake strikes in Michigan. What a race.
What a race. What a finish. As they're wrecking on the
Whoa. Hold on a minute down there. Hold on just a minute.
From what I saw, it looked like they were trying to congratulate Khan with those congratulations bumps, but it turned into some mess ups.
I don't know if that was necessarily a mess ups or what happened. Dennis Warren looked like he came up and got a few of them, and then Khan almost getting taken out. They got some rules on that. They don't want none of that nonsense, but they'll have to review the footage there. But nevertheless, Khan does indeed at least strike it big. All drivers now finally getting to pit road where they need to be at. The Rattlesnake, though, after some time out of the spotlight here in the Battle of the Metals end, finally starts to kick one his way. After all that suffering, I told you, a ticked-off snake is what you don't want from him. That's the reason why he'll always find a way to strike.
I feel like you don't want to tick off a snake out in the wild either, because that's not going to be good for you either.
And a big celebration for the Big Bad 21, as much needed and deserved as he can get it. He was waiting to do this one for quite some time. Well, here's your race results presented by our friends at Gainz Fitness Incorporated today. Robert Kahn with a massive win. Jeff Oakes, just another blow to the season. Bobby Anderson going to go third. Dalton McKinney going fourth. Vickery goes fifth. Long goes sixth. Seventh to Racky. Eighth to Warrens. Ninth to Reed. Hoffer gets 10th. Rounding out the field. And a very hard racing display. When we come back, folks, we'll listen to your winners today.
Pelham Racing League Season 10 has been brought to you in part by our friends at the ButtKicker Company. Best in performance for feeling real tracks in the virtual world, the ButtKicker. Feel what you've been missing. By the Pit Stall Racing Series. With exciting action Monday and Thursday nights, this community is the best place to get your sim racing fix. By Redline Motorsports Media. Everything we do is driven by you. By the Green Door General Store. There's no better place to get your custom Richardson hats, personalized shirts, koozies, and more with a quick turnaround time shipping all over the U.S. than the Green Door General Store. Visit us up on Facebook for specials and to place orders today. By FEGCustomPC.com. High quality PCs at such an affordable price. FEGCustomPC.com is the perfect site to get you the best PC at the right price. By Gainz Fitness Incorporated. By Lightning Wrapz, the most affordable designs made at your leisure. Lightning Wrapz is looking to bring you the best designs in your library. By Shriver Twisted Creations. Twisted mind, sweet design.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, back now here on the show here. We are with your third place finisher today, Bobby Anderson. Bobby, I mean, what can you say about this one, bud? I know you haven't been to the podiums as much as you probably wanted this season, but I got to believe this one certainly is going to be very feeling good here for after all the trouble you faced here in Michigan.
Oh, yeah, feels good going to the last race of the season. Had a pretty fast truck, pretty fast Chevrolet tonight, and we had a shot to win it there at the end, but it just didn't fall in our lap for us like we thought it would.
So with really kind of playing out to the very end of this race here, obviously your draft started to become more and more pressurized. You had to really put everything on display and everything in its wake and sake. So, I mean, when all is said and done, I mean, how bad was it just to try to turn this thing in and try to corner off, let alone get to where you did today?
At first, it was pretty hard, just getting used to the track, figuring out what the truck would do. But we figured out late in the run, the second, the third groove right there, if you'd let off just a little bit and take that groove, you were actually saving time. It was actually fastest way around the track. And that's how we were actually able to maintain what we had and stay up front. And just at the end, waited cautions and everything fell. If they had that long run instead of that last caution that happened after the pit stops, we would have probably had it in the bag because we were doing pretty good there on the green flag run. We were pretty hot.
For sure there. Well, nevertheless, though, you are going to take home a solid third place today. Who do you want to thank you for that one?
I want to thank you guys for putting the broadcast on, PTM, TV, ButtKicker, Pit Stall. Just want to thank everybody in the league, everybody we raced with here, Oaks, Con, those guys up front. He did a good job at the end. Con did to get that win, held him off, and it's my wife and kids and stuff that watch every day.
For sure there, Bobby. Congratulations bringing home third place today, sir.
Thank you.
Bobby Anderson, ladies and gentlemen, coming home third. Second place, though, now joining us here in the booth here at Oaks. Oh, man, Jeffrey, you had everything figured out, it looked like. And then all of a sudden, a darn rattlesnake was ticked off and decided to strike at the wrong time. Man, what happened out there?
Oh, man, it was just a dogfight when you're in the lead all night. That drive's so crazy here that, you know, it's just hard to break away. And I don't know whether he put fresh tires. I seen him go into pits on that last caution. I don't know whether he put fresh tires on there or what, but he was real strong at the end there. Hats off to him. Him and I ran a great race together. I felt we worked pretty well together, getting our way up to the front. And then even after that, we kind of worked well up there and kind of controlled the lead pretty well.
It certainly seemed like it there. As you kind of get a little bit further into the gap, kind of pushed off a little more there, it seemed like you had lost a little bit of timing there, and then all of a sudden, the last lap, trying to go to the bottom, catch him in 3, with the tires just kind of gone at that point, just didn't have anything left for him.
Yeah, I mean, I was wide open. I might have lifted to about 92% at one point because I felt him start to spin, but I made a dive bomb, you know, and hoped it stuck. It stuck pretty well, but that's what makes me think I don't know whether he had a couple laps better tires or whether that high line was pretty good on older tires. You seem to be able to run up there a lot better than down low. So you can have the entry speed on the bottom, but the exit speed is on where the high line kind of shined.
Well, it shined today, and it got you this time. But, Oaks, you're still coming away at second place, and with the championship on the line next week, who do you want to thank for this one?
My beautiful wife for supporting me to do this, and supporting me and putting up with me, putting time into it. And everybody comes out and race. It was a great race up front all night. Everybody up there I felt was racing real respectful and racing hard, but respectful. And that's what makes this fun. So, and of course, you guys up there in the booth and the league for putting this on.
For sure there, Jeff. Congratulations bringing it on home second today.
Thanks, buddy. Have a good one.
You too. Jeffrey Oaks, ladies and gentlemen, coming home second. I didn't mention this to him, but guys, we'll talk about it at the very end. This is something special we just found out without the bonus points added on. We'll talk about it in a sec. But nevertheless, your race winner today with a little bit of a mad snake under his hat. He find a way to strike back big time, puts now into the top 5 hunt. Ladies and gentlemen, the rattlesnake, Robert Kahn, and a massive, massive win for you in this one, sir. I know, obviously, you've had a long, hard season to pull through, but hey, you went in and you came out swinging. Big, big battle for you today, sir.
Yeah, that was a good one. It's been a while, so I didn't think that was going to happen. I restarted with like 8 to go, back in the back, so it was fun, hard race. So good to be back here. It's the first time this season, so.
Good to be back.
So,
go ahead.
I was gonna say, so with when you got into that trouble earlier, were you hoping that you would see a truck in victory lane, or were you just thinking you'd try to stay in the back and get as many positions as you can?
I've always been kind of optimistic about it, stuff. So, like, even though you run into trouble, you try to have the mentality that you're gonna get right back up there. So, I didn't really think it was gonna happen on this one, but just keep swinging, man, and you end up coming back. So.
Well, you swung for the fences and got this one in the bag. You went winning it out here in the Pit Story Series 80. Who do you want to thank for that one?
ButtKicker, they make a good product. I was using that tonight for the first time in a while, so that definitely helped. And you feel a lot of stuff you don't normally feel. General store, Red Line, everyone who helps out with us. I appreciate you guys too.
For sure there. Well, nevertheless, Con, a long, long road and strive to conquer. But hey, man, congratulations bringing it home to victory lane.
Thanks, Chris. I appreciate you.
No worries. Ladies and gentlemen, the rattlesnake Robert Kahn coming away with a win. And looking at the points right now, I just did the fastest and the slowest lap. Fastest was Kahn, slowest lap I'm seeing was Shane Ledoux, which means now no bonus points for either Oaks or Warrens. But here's the deal. Warrens' little situation not only cost him his race win in his mind and lead, but also he's now 2 down from the old Oak. Jeffrey Oaks into Phoenix. 0 wins to his name, but he's got a chance now to win the title at Phoenix next week. He's going to have only a 2-point advantage if I was him right now, I would certainly be putting that into my mindset. Well, I mean, with that said, though, Michael, and now you know all that, I mean, what's going through? What do you think kind of all that's happening? Like, what else could possibly go into the season?
A lot of things possibly go into the season, with Phoenix being a tough track to pass at, really. So it's going to be interesting to see how these guys are going to handle Phoenix, and how Jeffrey Oaks is going to be able to keep his mind on the race and not focus about points right now, and just focus on doing good in the race, or is it cost himself a champion?
Cost himself a championship and cost himself much more than he realizes. He's going to need to absolutely put everything on the table and on the line. This is truly going to be a wild and excruciating final race, because Phoenix will test even the best of them. Trust me, I would know. I bet I've only got so many wins on that track, and it tears me up every time I race it, because those tires, they hurt, the corners, they hurt, and trust me, it is hard to hang on when you got a fresh set versus what you got some burnt rubbers. So this is truly going to be a climactic season finale next week, and we are ready for it. But nevertheless, we do appreciate everybody that came on out. We do appreciate everyone that tuned into the track. Thanks so much to our friends at the ButtKicker Company, at the Pit Stall Racing Series, Redline Motorsports Media, the Green Door General Store, Ford Entertainment Group CustomPC.com, Gainz Fitness Incorporated, Lightning Wrapz, and of course, Shriver Twisted Creations for all their support throughout. Thanks, fans. Until next time, take care of yourselves out there.